$50 million. Like, I don't know. It's one of my. Who knows? Who gives a shit? Where did most of the money go? Houses or
planes? Well, it's stupid shit. It was fun.
Because of the of boxing. Just
also
like the
money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Also has gotten really into NFTs.
If you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months.
Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson have both questioned if Floyd Mayweather is really as rich as he claims. They point to his constant exhibition fights and over-the-top spending habits. Even though he invested $42 million, people still talk about scams and money issues. Their comments make it seem like Floyd's wealth might not be as solid as it looks.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Tell me, so like, what's the difference now from like your era to today?
No one was afraid of anyone. Everyone really believed they can beat him.
But it's a business, more business, it's more money than everybody.
Floyd Mayweather changed the game of it when he turned into the pretty boy.
Yeah, that was cool too. But he had to get in that ring and fight too. He had to fight the best competitor. He wiped everybody out. And that's why he's who he is. He beat everybody. He beat everybody I thought would give him a chance. He just wiped everybody out. Nobody can even match him. The best. He didn't pick us. He took the best. Even the guys I picked against him, he beat everybody, made everybody wrong. Right. That's why he's who he is.
Mike Tyson shared his concern about Mayweather's actions after retiring. Even though Floyd left professional boxing, he kept training hard and doing exhibition fights. Tyson criticized this, saying it looked like Floyd needed money, not that. He missed the sport. He said it hurt the image of a retired champ.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
Someone told me this. They say he does not. He doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
Yeah.
Mayweather made headlines by buying 6 commercial buildings worth $42 million. Some say this shows smart planning for the future, while others think it's just a way to answer critics who say he spends too much. This move could mean he's trying to focus more on saving and investing than just showing off.
We got two more deals I want to get into. Floyd Mayweather just did a big deal. It's a short one, so let's get into that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. just bought $402 million in a real estate portfolio. That's dope. That's super dope. It says the retired boxer has gone into contract to pay $402 million for a 1,000 unit affordable housing portfolio of more than 60 buildings. $402 million, Floyd got 60 buildings. The multifamily deal for properties concentrated in Upper Manhattan will be one of the city's biggest this year. A slice of the portfolio closed Wednesday. The remainder is expected to close in the fourth quarter or early 2025. That's dope. Floyd just spent $400 million and got 1,000 units and 60 buildings.
Joe Rogan talked about Mayweather's recent fights, saying they might not be about love for boxing. Instead, it could be about needing money to keep up with his expensive lifestyle. Rogan suggested Floyd's fights are more about paying bills than chasing dreams.
Exhibition. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing.
Also money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting. Floyd still trains when he doesn't have a fight.
Rogan also said that Mayweather's famous fight with Conor McGregor was more of a smart business deal than a competitive match. Floyd came out of retirement for that one and made around $100 million. It was a big win financially, but many saw it as choosing money over sport.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay, what was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
A bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. No. Sneak designs, that's that shit I don't like.
Mayweather is proud and often brags about his success, comparing himself to boxing legends. While confidence is common in top athletes, Floyd's style often comes off as arrogant. This turns off fans and brings criticism from the media and others.
Still waiting? Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Snoop Dogg, who knows both the music and sports worlds, once said there's a difference between being rich and being truly wealthy. He thinks Floyd has made a lot of money but doesn't really plan for the long term. To Snoop, Floyd seems more focused on looking rich than actually building lasting wealth.
Where did you get that business sense? Because you surpassed everybody in boxing and sports and everything in general. I'm watching you as like, you bigger than the NFL franchise.
You know, every time I got around my billionaire buddies, I was more like, it's cool to come over your house, but I need a house like this. It's cool to ride on your yacht, but I need a yacht like this. It's cool to ride on your jet, but I want a jet like this. And I said, no, I don't want to ride on yours. You show me how to get it. You can't be my friend if you can't show me how to get it. Once they show me how to get it, then I can install it in my children.
It's a bloodline thing.
Yes, it's about wealth. You know, I'm no longer rich, I'm wealthy.
Floyd always compares himself to past boxing legends. It helps build his brand, but also brings a lot of criticism. Confidence is good in boxing, but his lack of humility, even in retirement, has made people annoyed. Floyd says he likes taking big risks in business and invests in things others don't understand. But many see this as risky and not a smart way to handle money.
Experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing.
On social media, Mayweather often shows off piles of cash and bank slips to prove how successful he is. Some people admire this, but others think it's too much and makes him look insecure. His flashy lifestyle gets attention, but it also raises questions about whether his money is really safe.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. I mean everybody. Got girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Mayweather chose not to hire a manager and does all his deals himself. This gives him full control, but it also leaves him open to bad decisions. While he's made a lot of money, not having a professional advisor has led to scams and bad investments that could have been avoided.
I think with Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to as well, if he didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's, can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him. And, but he does, everything goes through him, everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, man's a genius. And it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row, I love the fighting, let's just turn up. Yeah. I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, what's Sting coming at me ass?
I spoke on stage with Floyd Mayweather. We really resonated, and I gave him a hard time because we were in Miami, and I go, dude, I don't watch boxing. I not my thing. And we chit-chatted about that, and we just spoke about wealth. And we went through the thing. When he stopped boxing, he put so much capital into real estate. He's like, Andy, why didn't anybody tell me this years ago? Because he goes, I'm paying so much in taxes. I don't like the government being my partner. He took all of his money into real estate. And he's like, Andy, I've never had to work so little for so much. He made $100 million in one night. Yeah, the government took half that. Now I make a lot of money, and I never get out of bed.
Joe Rogan also said Mayweather's constant posting of luxury stuff might be hiding deeper problems. With rumors of money trouble, his flashy posts start to look more like a cover-up than a celebration. The image that made him famous now feeds the idea that he's struggling.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still everybody up.
He does.
He's the only guy. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. You know, he kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out of shape.
Dude, the jog home in jeans isn't the torture. The torture is sitting around a bunch of drunk people drinking water in a club. I jog home all night.
Floyd talks a lot about how important money is, and even encourages his kids to follow the same path. Wanting to build wealth for his family is a good thing, but some worry that he cares more about money than values. That raises questions about what kind of legacy he's really leaving behind.
You'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time, and the boxing skill.
Rogan said Mayweather's drive comes from his childhood and the influence of his father and uncle. That strong mindset helped him in the ring, but it also seems to affect how he handles money, like he's trying to win at getting rich, just like he won in boxing.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts, because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Floyd is famous for spending big, from an $18 million watch to tons of other pricey stuff. These purchases make the news, but they also raise concerns. Even a big fortune can run out if it's not managed carefully.
My most expensive watch that I currently own is 18 million.
One watch.
One watch.
Tell me about your watch collection, dude. You have to have one of the biggest watch collections in the world.
My watch collection, I think I got somewhere upwards of 100 watches, and I got a lot of $1 million watches.
What should I pay for this one? What do you think? You're here for me now. I need some help. Help a little man out, okay?
That watch is a couple $100,000, easy, but it's worth it because it goes up in value. It appreciates, not depreciates.
Dude, how do you buy a $17 million watch?
No, 18.
18, sorry.
Mayweather is seen as a smart businessman, but not everything he does is solid. Some of his earnings seem exaggerated, and he's skipped out on financial duties before. It makes people wonder if part of his brand is more show than substance.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Even as he gets close to 50, Mayweather keeps showing off on social media. Jets, fancy clothes, stacks of cash. It's all part of his public image. But critics say this obsession with showing off might be hurting his financial future.
So apparently they caught Floyd capping about buying some apartment buildings in New York. I didn't think it was a big deal. I mean, remember he said he had bought his grandson some property, I think, in Manhattan as well, too. So honestly, I didn't really, think a lot of this was a big deal. I mean, they kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50.
Mayweather was once banned for promoting a fake financial scheme. But instead of learning from it, he got involved in more risky deals, like a controversial NFT campaign with Kim Kardashian. This shows a pattern of chasing fast money, even if it risks his reputation and legal trouble.
Mr. I don't lose at nothing is back.
Correction, Mr. just got unbanned from scamming is back. This time, he's selling NFTs. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this is an obvious scam if you can just read the signs, but since Floyd can't read, I'm going to explain it to you all by telling you the history of Floyd Money Mayweather and crypto. Our story starts in 2018 when Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Cintratec. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.